Dzień dobry, witamy wszystkich serdecznie. Dzisiaj mam nadzieję bardzo mocne coś dla fanów piłki nożnej, coś dla fanów sportu, dla fanów NFT, dla fanów tak naprawdę wszystkiego, co łączy sport i blockchain. Dzisiaj oczywiście mamy CEO Metasoccer oraz mamy Krystiana i Piotra, które te poprowadzą w języku angielskim, więc panowie, czyńcie swoją powinność.
Good evening, Marco. Nice to have you today with us. How you
Good
feel?
evening.
A pleasure. Yeah. I'm super fine. Super happy. A little bit tired today because yesterday we had a huge event with Ronaldinho's presentation, and I went to sleep late. But yeah, everything fine, and I'm so happy for yesterday results.
Yes, congratulations for Ronaldinho in Metasoccer. This was huge news.
Thank you. Yeah, and still he has to start doing promotion. I mean, the best is still to come.
Once again, big thank you to join us today, because on the end we didn't know who is gonna join us. So it's nice to have you as a CEO of the Metasoccer. So maybe on the beginning, let's start. If you could say to us what in the team changed since our last AMA. Like, have there been some new people join the team?
Yeah, I mean, today we are already 32, if I am not wrong, because every week there is new people joining the company. And yeah, so we are 32. We onboard more players. I don't remember exactly the date that we spoke last time, but we introduced it since that moment. We introduced the first team to join officially Metasoccer or the Metaverse, that it's Vasco da Gama. We also introduced Thomas Partey, that I don't remember if we already introduced when we spoke first time, but we also presented Emiliano Martinez, and yesterday Ronaldinho. So yeah, also the gameplay, it's very close to be launched. So many things happening and many things changing.
Yeah. Could you please say to us which nationality is the most active actually in the project, and of course where is Poland in the ranking?
Yeah, look, the biggest nationalities are Brazil, and then Spain, and then some other countries in Spanish-speaking countries like Argentina, and Uruguay also. And then there is a lot of people also from Turkey, and I couldn't say exactly the Polish people how many. I cannot say because we don't have the exact number, but it's about 4% of the user base approximately.
Okay.
Not bad.
Not bad, yeah, not bad, of course. Do you know maybe how many wallets users does Metasoccer have at the moment? Like, not exact the amount, but maybe something around.
Yeah, it's above 5,000 including NFTs and token.
And token, okay. You said already about the Ronaldinho yesterday and Emiliano Martinez from Aston Villa. So we have actually few active players promoting Metasoccer. And how many players are you planning to hire to promote the project?
Yeah, I mean, the real life players are gonna be always less than 1% of our own players population, about from new generation players. So we don't have a number, but we try to bring a new player every quarter, more or less.
Okay, and do their names will appear in the game?
Of course, you will be able to purchase Ronaldinho's NFTs, and they will be playable NFTs players.
Okay.
So when I will send one scout, he can bring for me Ronaldinho player.
No, not this way. The scouts only bring new generation players. So we will put in the marketplace as an auction in the next month.
Okay, you know prices?
there is a starting price, but then it's an auction. So the users decides how much they want to pay for Ronaldinho. It's gonna be a bid, an auction.
No, it's coming very interesting auction. Yes.
Okay, what does the subject of the players' names look like? How are they generated? Are there any copyrights in this regard? And maybe is it possible that there will be in the future players with well-known names like Lewandowski, Messi, Ronaldo, who are not bound by the contract with the project?
I don't know if I fully understand the question.
Like, can you use the surnames like Lewandowski, Messi, or whatever,
no.
who is well known, to put their name in the game without the bound with you as a project?
You mean to put famous names in our players?
Yeah.
No, I mean we could, but it's an unnecessary risk. I mean, we prefer to have names that for our new generation players, we prefer to have names that doesn't exist or are not linked with real life. And then, of course, if we can close Lewandowski or Messi as a legendary players, exclusive players, we will try to do, of course.
Okay, so when we are talking already about the players, will be there a possibility to change the names of the players? Like, let's say I wanna play and I wanna name one of the player as my name, real name.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's something we didn't decide yet, but probably we will offer some ways to change the name or to add maybe a nickname or so.
Okay.
So still not decide, but we have some ideas in this direction.
That sounds good. So guys, are you considering a Champions League or the World Cup? How so we will be able to nationalize our player? Because actually they are randomly, yeah?
Yeah, well, the players doesn't have like a country right now. This is something we decided to remove to make it simpler for us to develop, and because it could be like something from the past. No, I mean, if we add nations, maybe people think that Brazilians are better and Polish are worse, and we don't want to have this kind of stuff. No, so we are creating a fresh start where there is no nationalities and everybody it's good or bad because the scout decides, not a country.
Yeah, and actually it's a good way to not put your project at the risk, you know, like the bad comments or whatever it means.
Exactly.
So about the game, how many players we need to play the game, and how many teams can a user have at the most?
Yeah, at first you will need minimum 11 players to play the upcoming PvE game. Okay, because at first, the first version of the PvE, players are not gonna get tired, so you can use them to play PvE. But in the next some weeks after the PvE, players will start getting tired. So then depends on how many matches do you want to play per day. The players will recover, and once the players are get tired, they will be able to play 3 or 4 matches per day as a maximum. Okay, depends on the physical condition of the player. So by then, when we add this condition stuff, so players get tired, then probably if you want to play more than these 3 matches per day, you will need more than 11 players, because if you have 24 players, so you can play with 2 different lineups. No, so you can play, for example, with the first lineup and secondary lineup, and you can play more matches.
Okay, so if you are talking about the game, so regarding the game, how it's gonna look? It's like gonna be, I don't know, 5 minutes and I cannot change nothing during the game, or I will be able to make some changes?
Yeah, And it will be iterative, so it will improve over the time and quite quickly, because we create a foundation that allow us to improve the simulation very quickly and in few weeks. No, so the first iteration that we're launching next weeks, and probably it's going to be next week if everything works fine, and won't allow real during live substitutions during the matches, even also neither live changes on the lineup. So it won't be possible at first, but probably 1 month or less after we launch this initial version, it will be incorporated into the game.
Okay, perfect. So regarding the matches, is there prize just for the winners? Yeah.
And at first the PBE it's gonna have a small prize probably for the losers too, but it's something that it's gonna be only at first, because we want to recompense the users, reward the users that have been playing with us or has been here from the start, from the beginning, and there will be also small prizes for the losers. But we know this is not something that can scale.
Okay. And in which token the prize will be distributed?
Yeah, for the losers, MSC, Metasoccer Cash. For the winners, depends on the level that they are playing. So there will be different levels, and so higher levels will get more MSU than lower levels, but will be a mix of MSU and MSC.
Okay, perfect. So because I was talking with Piotr yesterday about the players also, and is it possible that players will be salaries by introduced? Maybe it helps to burn the MSC or MSU token.
Yeah, totally. It's something we are considering. At first, it's not going to be like this, but it's one of the ideas that we have when at the point that it's necessary to burn more token. No, this kind of ideas are over the table, and we of course will activate once it's needed. Maybe not in every category, but for higher categories, higher divisions, it could be possible. Sure.
Okay, perfect. So we know that April will start PvE and then PvP tournaments and so on, but can you give specific dates already? Like
not specific, but I can guarantee that 80% probably. I mean, it's gonna be next week, but we want to have everything that everything works fine. But mostly it's gonna be by the end of next week, probably. If not, starting the other one. Yeah.
Okay, but we can start only with pioneers, yes? Scouts, this first testing.
At first, it's going to be closed for the owners of pioneers scouts, and then and without prizes at first, without prizes. After 2-3 days that we check that everything works fine, that everything it's going well, we will start rewarding users to play, and also we will open to non-pioneer owners, to everybody.
Okay. Thank you. How will players be loaned? Will it be a one-time payment for the loan, or something else, like we can loan for 1 year?
Yeah, at first what we will do, it's I mean, maybe loan it's not the correct word, or at least we are not using this one. But you will be able to delegate one team to another user. It's going to be a full team. So
okay.
You can delegate. You can say, okay, this full team, it's going to be managed by this other user, and the rewards will be split at first. But of course, we have in mind, and we want to add also individual players loans, but we are trying to understand which priority it has.
But it's very good idea to end all team. it's very good. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So how many lineup formations will be available?
It will increase. I cannot, I don't have the number in mind now about how much we are gonna start. Probably I will say like 4 or 5, but it will. This is the kind of stuff that it's quite easy to add, and we will keep adding.
Okay. Okay. So about the players also, how will they recover energy between matches? Will they recover energy every day at 1 hour, 55%, or once every 24 hours?
Yeah, no, I mean they will recover. I think it was like around 4 hours or 3 hours. They will recover. I don't remember the exact percentage, but they will be able to play between 3 and 4 matches per day with the recovery. Okay. If you play more, you put your player on risk to get injured because they will be too tired.
Okay, so you said that the player can be injured, yeah, also.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
probably it's gonna take more time to recover, yeah, than
Exactly.
when he's losing energy.
Exactly. So you don't want to put on risk your players to get injured, because if they get injured, so it's some days that you cannot use, no. And one burn mechanism that we want to implement also, it's that if you want your players to recover a little bit faster, so you can, for example, send to the physiotherapist.
Okay, and we're gonna pay for it for sure, yeah.
Exactly.
Tokens, so it's good idea to ban also.
Exactly.
Yeah. That sounds good. That sounds great, really great.
And this is a big difference between against other games, for example Pegaxi and on Axie Infinity, that there are not burn mechanisms for scholars. I mean, in Metasoccer, if you have a club with different teams, and if you dedicate one of these teams to one scholar, to another person, to split the revenues, so this person, this scholar, will be motivated to burn token also, because if they burn token, they will be able to compete in better conditions and get better results. I mean, once we activate and we release the division system and the PV systems, a big part of the revenues will come at the end of the season. So depending on your position, if you are in the top position, so you will get the biggest part of the prize, no? So you will be, as a manager, as a coach, or as a scholarship, you will be motivated to burn token, not just selling all the token that you win, because you will get the motivation to get the prizes, no, that are on the top positions of the table.
Yeah, perfect. So let's finish with the players. Then I'm gonna ask you some question about the scouts. What will be the scout price for the next sale?
I want to be more or less the same, maybe a little bit more, but more or less the same. And we are waiting to do the next sale. And I mean, we expect we will do marketing, and once we start opening the PBE with prices, by then, once we onboard more users, we will do more scout sales.
Okay, and will it be possible to borrow scouts?
At first, no, but it's something we could consider for sure.
Okay. So because the player will retire, of course, and how will look the transforming players into the scouts?
Yeah, and they will keep the same traits, because we can keep the same traits. Maybe the hair, it's gonna change, and the clothes for sure, but we will keep the.
What will be the cost? Do you know?
Not yet, yeah, because it's still for the next 2 years, so we didn't decide yet.
Okay, and will we be able to choose the abilities we want to train ourselves, or will it always be random?
You mean training player specific abilities?
Yeah.
Yes.
Scouts.
I mean,
Scouts.
Scouts. Okay.
Yes. For the all time, because when scout is come back, always his ability is little bit growing. And for example, I want to choose which one I want to change.
There will be a way, and sooner than later, there will be a way to improve a scout ability or knowledge without scouting the market. So you will be able to, for example, send a scout to the university or to do some master or whatever, and he will improve his abilities. We are deciding yet. We are right now deciding which detail, how many detail the user will be able to choose to improve. No, if you, maybe it's more generic, and there will be like attacking, defending, goalkeeping master, and you can send, and it's more generic, or maybe it's more specific, and you can choose more detailed ability. We are still figuring out which is the best way.
How will the training of a new scout by two mentors look like? Can I have one scout pioneer and the other normal for training, or both must be the same?
You can do both. Doesn't matter if it's pioneer or not. And depends the qualities. The qualities will be mixed. So we are still figuring out, making the simulations around that, and probably this will be ready by in summer or so. Yeah.
Okay, and we need one player 38 years old to make him like scout.
Exactly. Once he's retired.
Okay, but if I want to come back to the players, when players get older, will they lose some skills?
Yeah.
Like for example in the FIFA.
Exactly. So
okay, because I cannot find information about that, and how old to be this player to lose his skills after 30.
Exactly. After 30 years, they start decreasing. 30, 32 depends on the position. We had this graphic sometime at first, and we removed it because we had to update with more accurate information. But yeah, the players, once they get 30, they will start losing their skills, just like in real life.
So they will be very cheap in the market.
Yeah, exactly. If it's not the Messi or the Ronaldo of Metasoccer, the best players that they perform, that they had like 90 points, players that are 30-ish will be cheaper. Yeah, for sure.
You are shooting us with the new stadiums looks. So when will be more info about the stadiums? Like how much will they cost? What will the earning options be?
Yeah, we will deliver more information as we can. There are many stadiums, so we are now focusing on designing these stadiums. What I can say about the stadiums is that we will have exclusive stadiums, like limited edition stadiums. There will be a limited number of stadiums for each division. For example, for first division are going to be 21 stadiums, and one every day they will host one match on the first division. Okay, so if you are the owner of one of these stadiums, or even you can own one seat or 10 seats, or 50% of the seats, you will get a percentage of the rewards that are generated in that match to be the owner. So this is how it's going to work.
How many matches per day can be done in one stadium? Is there any limited?
There will be at least one that it's going to be the official league. Okay, it's going to be the league, but and some stadiums we were just deciding which ones, but of course fair division stadiums and maybe some of them will be able to create their own competitions. So if you own one of these stadiums, you will be able to create your own tournaments and put your rules for the tournament, and also make money with your tournaments.
Okay. Any more like things how we gonna earn money to when you're gonna have the stadium?
Yeah, basically, for example, you add an entry price. So you say, if you to play this competition, this tournament in my stadium, you have to pay 100 MSU. And you as a creator, you can take a percentage of all the prices. So you can manage your own prices. You can ask the users to put an entry fee, and with this entry fee of all the users that are on board in your tournament, so you pay the rewards, and also you get a percentage of this for you.
Okay, that sounds good.
You know how much will be cost the stadium in the first division?
Yeah, we have some prices in mind, but we will deliver later. But I mean, the stadiums are not things or are not thought for individual users. Of course, they will cost money. Our idea of the stadiums is to sell, for example, to many users that want to have a percentage of a stadium, and brands, for example. So brands that can own their own stadium can own their own stadium.
So, for example, can we like crypto keeper buy one stadium?
Exactly, you will be able to do that, and even if you are the owner of a stadium, you will be able to put your name of the stadium.
Maciej, think about it.
Maciej is smiling, so
We can make you a discount. We can make you a discount if you want.
how he calculate how many Bitcoin he had. It's in half of the stadium. That's why was my question.
Yeah.
Mark, when there will be filters on the market to make easy searching for the players and scouts?
Yeah, very soon. The team is already working on that. We delayed a little bit because we had some problems, and we also had to focus on solving some problems that had the selling, the sell feature. But it should be ready during this week, probably, or early next week.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because we're missing some
Yeah,
information.
me too,
So,
to be honest. Me too.
after when you are ready, so if you found something what we're missing, so we can send you some feedback.
For sure, yeah, absolutely.
How will the teams be allocated to the leagues? Like, who is gonna decide which team it's starting in which league?
Yeah, we are still defining the right solution, but something that we have in mind, it's gonna be a pre-season. So there will be a pre-season that you inscribe the team in this pre-season, and then depending on the results that you have in this pre-season, you will go to the different categories at first, the first time that you start playing, and that will put you in the initial division this pre-season.
Okay, about the stadiums and basically the game, how should the functions of owner and manager be separated? Like, who is gonna be responsible for what?
Yeah, the stadiums, it's gonna be the owner. Look, I can show you if you want some of the things that we are working.
Of course.
Let me show you. This is work in progress about how the separation between manager and club owner will work. Can you see it? My screen already?
Yes.
Yeah. So this, it's for me as a coach, no, as a manager. So I can manage all the stats. I mean the lineups and all this. Of course, there will be training, standings, and here I can play the matches, and I can do all the coach part, all the manager part, and also I can manage more teams, no, different teams that inside my club I can manage different teams, and then I can go to managing the club. Okay, here there will be some stats about earnings, how many teams I have, how many players I have. We still have to do this screen, the market that we already see with the filters. And then here I will be able to manage my different teams, the different teams that I have. I can manage delegate this to different wallet, split the revenues the way I want, and I can create a new team, and here add the players that I want on this team. So you can see, I can go to there are these two views, no, where I can manage the team, and here I can manage the club. So I can manage the market, my different teams that I have, and yeah, basically we have this different separation, these two views where I am the coach, and the other view where I am like more the president or the owner, no, and I can make these other decisions.
Okay, thank you so much for sharing this.
Yeah, no problem.
This looks very, very nice. Very interesting.
Thank you.
Is it possibility to create the guilds?
Yeah, exactly.
How it gonna look?
Yeah, it's exactly this. Let me show you again. So basically it's this, no, when you in your club, so you have your club, it will be my club, so I can create different teams. These teams are the guilds, basically. So I decide I want to put all these players or 20 players in this team, and I delegate this team to another person, to another wallet, for example.
Okay.
And it's exactly this. So I create as many teams as I want, and I choose who is managing the team. Every team. It can be myself, it can be me, that I can manage 10, 20 teams, but probably it will take a lot of time for me. And you can see here me, and I can say, okay, this team, I won't borrow you this team to you, so you manage this team, and I put here your wallet, and that's all. And now you will see this team on this menu. You will be able to see the team that I'm delegated to you. So you will be able to train in the team. You will be able to, so you will be in charge of training the team and playing the matches for that team in concrete.
So I have around 50 players now. I think it's not enough. If I need 6 teams, so actually I need around 100 players.
Or maybe can we use the same player for 2 different teams or guilds, whatever? No. Okay.
And you won't be able, once the competition starts in the PvE, yes, but once the PvP starts and you enroll your team in the league, so you won't be able to move players during the competition. It's open from one team to another one, because it will open that you can cheat, no? So you start playing a lower competition, and then I put the best player I have in your team, and you win. So we will lock the players during some weeks once the competition has started. There will be probably a window where you can introduce new players, but not during all the time.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you the last question, and then I will kindly ask you to share the short video which you promised to show us something. But could you please say something about the marketing plans for the future?
Yeah, of course. I mean, we have all the football players that we have produced. Right now we just introduce it, but they will do marketing. Of course, we are keeping this marketing from coming from the players, because we have a limited amount of tweets or content that they will generate for us, and we are keeping this content once the game is ready. Okay, so we are keeping these bullets to do marketing with these players once the game is ready. So whenever we want, Ronaldinho will post about the game. Thomas Partey will post. Emiliano Martinez will post. Okay,
Amazing, amazing.
Yeah. So this is part of the deal, but of course, right now we are not activating, because if we have, for example, 4 tweets, we don't want to spend these 4 tweets when we don't have the game, no? We are keeping
Actually, not the point to do it at the moment.
Exactly. We are keeping these bullets for once we have the game. Even right now, we are focusing on users that have some crypto knowledge, that can manage a wallet, MetaMask wallet, and all that. That's the focus. So the focus for this quarter is to give a game that where crypto users and guilds can start generating some revenues. But of course, the next quarter we will focus on add more deepness into the game, making it more skill. It will require more skill, more deepness, more like football manager game. No, at first mechanics will be simple, but we want to start onboarding users by giving them prizes. But every week we will keep introducing some deepness. And then the plans for the last quarter of the year, it's to once the game it's fun and it generates revenues, we want to lower the entry. So we want to make the game easy for players that are not for users that are not crypto experts. So we will add custodian wallets and credit card payments. So every user that want to join the game without having any knowledge of crypto can do that.
Okay.
At that moment, when we are able to reach that goal, that's when we will push the full marketing for onboard new players. Now, because now we have to focus more the marketing for crypto users, because if we put Ronaldinho tweeting or posting about Metasoccer, most of the users won't be able to join Metasoccer, because right now it's difficult. So you have to add Polygon into MetaMask. You have to to know how everything works.
Especially when the game didn't start yet. So
exactly. So we are the goal is to offer first the game to these users that already know how crypto works, and then make it more fun, and then make it for everybody. That's the 3 main goals that we have for this year.
Marco, I forget about one question for market. Can you plan something about some info about transfer? Because I'm very interested how much was the biggest transfer for the players. And for example, it would be nice if I can see, okay, this players was sold for $5,000.
Yeah, we will add for sure. We already have this. Let me see if I can share. We have this internally, so we have some numbers.
Yes, this expensive players, or maybe scout what was sold. Maybe you have some info about it.
Yeah, we have. Let me see if I can show this screen. 1 second, that I don't have found them. One second. Yeah, here. Yeah, now can you see it, my screen now?
Yes.
Yeah. So here you can see, and this is for the youth scouts. You can see that now our marketplace it's already used for 90% of the transactions. The biggest youth scout transfer has been done for 42K MSU. And this is for the players. And you can see that for the players, also 90% of the people, it's already transactions are already happening in our own marketplace. And the biggest transfer right now it's 10,000 MSU for a player.
Okay. So if you already have your screen, could you please start with the video?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
One second. I think that I have to change because I only share for Chrome now. See. Yeah, this is more or less what you already see, but it's a. Oops, 1 second, I lost it. Now, can you see right my screen?
Yes.
Yeah, so this is the gameplay, basically what we are launching in next week or in the next 2 weeks, the PBE. So how it's gonna work. You will be able to play these matches against a computer, and the match will look like this. At first, the matches are gonna be 90 seconds match without substitutions, but we will introduce substitutions in the following weeks, no? And you will see how the players improve and the earnings after every match. This is more or less how it's gonna work.
90 seconds, I think that, but it's just my opinion, of course, but I think there is no gonna be like fun of the game, you know?
Yeah. No, we
Just
know
gonna
that.
click the button, not 90 seconds, that's it.
No, the goal is 10 minutes, okay? But to make a 10 minutes match, we don't wanna add 10 minutes match if you don't have the substitutions and nothing. So we are starting for this 90 seconds, and we will keep adding more details on the matches, and the goal is to reach 10 minutes in 1 month or 2 maximum.
Okay. Piotr, any more questions from you?
No, I think I don't have any more question. Mark, you want to say thank you very much for your time. You visit us. And when you have something more, so yes.
Ronaldinho.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw it already.
Yes, I saw yesterday
Okay.
before.
Yeah.
Now we're waiting you when you're coming to Poland together with Ronaldinho.
Okay, Mark.
We can play football together.
I'm really bad playing football, but with Ronaldinho, yeah.
Thank you so much again to joining us today for our AMA for Polish community. It was nice to see you, man. We wish you the best with the rest of the way to build the good project. And of course, if you need anything from us, we are here to help. And
maybe you need some help with testing or something, so just you can talk to us, so we can always try. We can help you with some feedback, with some testing the game or something else.
Absolutely. Give us all the feedback you can, how we can improve, and listen. We love to listen to the community, and really appreciate every feedback that you can add when we launch the next stuff. Give us feedback, please.
Okay, thank you so much, Mark.
Thank you, Mark.
Bye. Have a good day.
Maciej, let's finish.
Czy będzie tłumaczenie, więc myślę, Krystian, że zrobimy, nie? Za jakiś czas napiszę, tam poszukamy.
Znaczy tutaj będzie opcja w YouTubie włączenia sobie tłumaczenia.
No, to najwyżej...
Ja to sprawdzę, jak nie, to damy